Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day to start things off. Ethereum's price is rising and is trading well above the $430 level against the US dollar. Ethereum's price is gaining bullish momentum above $440 against the US dollar. It seems like the Ether to US dollar is aiming at a larger rally above $450, and I'll explain exactly why in a moment. After forming a support base above $400, Ethereum's price started a fresh increase against the US dollar. Ethereum's price broke a few key hurdles near the 420 level to move into a positive zone to start the current upward move. There was a break above a major bullish trend line with resistance near 394 4-hour chart. During the rise, the pair broke a couple of bullish patterns and now is above 430. It is currently trading with a positive angle at 440 and the 55 single moving average every 4 hours. The recent high was 444 per Ether, and it seems like the bulls are aiming more upsides above 450. Over the evening, while we all slept, the cryptocurrency market began to shoot upwards. Bitcoin rose by around 2.5%-ish the last time I looked at the prices, but Ether and every other Ether-associated coin had been doing extremely well. For those of you not looking at the screen, this one says, here's why Bitcoin is primed to move towards $13,000 in September. Oh, first of all, happy September, everyone. This year's flying by. This year's been terrible, but at least it's moseying on along. It says Bitcoin is primed to move towards $13,000 in September, according to a recent analysis shared to TraderView by a trader. The trader noted there are 5 crucial fundamental trends suggesting that Bitcoin will make this move, which will mark an 11% rally from its current levels. This is not the only person to think so. There are many people who are stating that they believe that Bitcoin and the wider cryptocurrency market are poised to move a lot higher, and that it is going to start pricing in previous events finally into its price. 8 months late, but at least we're going to get there. This person says smart money Bitcoin addresses are now stable at a bullish level. Both the hash rate and the mining difficulty have been moving higher, which suggests miners are bullish on Bitcoin in the longer run. Market sentiment is now neutral, which means that the market is now in an overbought state. There is a potential short squeeze forming as funding rates remain low, and a liquidity pool has formed above Bitcoin's current price action. And lastly, the Federal Reserve is poised to print more money, which should bring Bitcoin higher over time to ease the impacts of 19. The Fed is using all means to boost the economy, which means a continued rise in inflation. This will fundamentally push up both the value of gold, bringing up Bitcoin along the way, as the main value proposition of Bitcoin remains store of value rather than remittance. So I think it only takes a good price rise to get everyone a little excited, if you will. But you can even see it up here. Bitcoin rose, it says 1.6%. We're currently around 11,900, give or take, depending on which price metric you are looking at. The price is slightly different by a couple of dollars. However, Ethereum is currently up by 9%. It is up 460, so even higher than the 440 we were just discussing. This one right here says Ethereum set to top $500 while Tron skyrockets on the back of Justin Sun's pre-announcement. For those of you who don't know, apparently Justin Sun is going to announce something, and a lot of people think that it has to do with DeFi. That's not the most interesting part of this thing right here. It says the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap is making strides once again. After a couple of weeks that were marked by price correlation to Bitcoin, Ethereum is once again breaking away. Again, or rather, news to me, it says it is being pushed by Ethereum 2.0. The upgrade will be performed in phases, starting with phase 0, set for later this month. I repeat one more time, happy September. It's September 1st. And this article says The upgrade will be performed in phases, starting with phase 0 set for later this month in anticipation of a heavy pump. Bulls are FOMOing hard with expectations of topping above $500 US. So this was news to me, and I think it's news to kind of everyone else as well. I checked around. I Googled the words Ethereum 2.0 in September, and a lot of articles started popping up. This one's from a website called Bazinga. It says Ethereum is set to launch the first phase of its Ethereum 2.0 upgrade in the fall. This could be as early as September. Its site describes the following upgrades, and they talk about when it's going to happen. The news that we received before was that Ethereum 2.0 was going to arrive sometime in spring, and then I think we got summer, and then I think we got the news from one of the developers that we would not see Ethereum 2.0 until 2021. Later that day, Vitalik came forward. Vitalik Buterin came forward and said, no, that's incorrect. We are definitely going to see Ethereum 2.0 sometime this year. I think the time that we got was autumn, if I remember at all. I maybe assumed in that video during that time a couple of months ago that simply meant the last day of November, if not December. If we start getting confirmation, because this is, and I don't think they shared information, these two websites, I assume it's just kind of news that's around at this point. If we get confirmation that Ethereum 2.0 is actually going to happen this month, I think things are going to get very interesting very fast. The news that we would have staking on Ether. First of all, a lot of Ether has already been locked up in these DeFi platform programs. Like, they're locking up hundreds of millions of dollars per new protocol that's actually happening. There's also, I don't have the news in this video, the amount of like wrapped Bitcoin that's been happening, I think, has also doubled since the last time we spoke about it around 3 or 4 weeks ago. All the Ethereum locked in these protocols and these platforms and just being locked away in general, and people who are just accumulating as much Ether as humanly possible to not have any intention of selling it. All the people who are trying to accumulate to get to 32 Ether to be able to actually stake themselves. Yes, you will be able to stake Ether by yourself. Rather, you will be able to stake Ether if you have 1 Ether. You will have to join a staking pool. However, you will still have the opportunity to do so, but I guess people like the idea of not having to join a pool and simply being able to do it on their computer by themselves. Maybe there's safety in their minds. Not exactly sure what's going on. But, yeah. I guess we will see. We don't really have a choice, as this month will continue on with or without us. Yeah, apparently Ethereum 2.0 is trying to launch sometime this month. This could explain why this morning there was a 9% rise. I assume this news is floating around right now. Besides that, Ethereum news is dominating everything. And I don't mean jokingly. Like, it is really all over the place. It says Compound draws a parabola growth curve, trades at 270 as YFI. I'm just going to call it Wi-Fi. Breaks Bitcoin's all-time high level. Masari analyst says it could very well reach $1 billion, and here's why. And I don't assume they mean per coin, because that would be nonsense. They probably mean as a market cap in general for Wi-Fi. This one says, analysts predict Yearn Finance's ETH Vault could spark renewed Ether bull run. And this one is Ethereum's DeFi sushi rips 100% higher after FTX listing. So even after we spoke about Sushi Coin rising by, was it 222% or something like that after it got launched, and they had, I think, $250 million locked inside of the protocol. Apparently, it went up even 100% higher. That sushi looks delicious, and I think I'm just really hungry. Yeah, that's all I could really fit as far as like the DeFi news, because it was everywhere. No matter where I went, there were maybe, I think I saw an article talking about how XRP could benefit from Bitcoin and Ether going higher. I think another one about Cardano looking poised to maybe move up in the ranks. Besides that, everything was just DeFi. This is where we are. This is what we've hit. This is how the market currently is, because we are in a craze period. On top of that, the very popular news, because Vitalik hath spoken. Vitalik Buterin, the co-founder of Ethereum, has again taken to Twitter to warn Once again, 2017. And listen, co-founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, has again taken to Twitter to warn against naive bullishness in the DeFi sector, comparing the economics of yield farming tokens to the Federal Reserve's money printing. You can find articles. Type in Vitalik Buterin 2017 ICO. You're going to find the same exact news. This year is a mimic of 2017. I don't know if you've gotten that by now. I don't know if you've heard me say that 38,000 times this year, but it is. He said the same exact thing about ICOs, and I also believe it was around September as well, in 2017, warning people, hey, they look attractive, but watch out because a lot of these things are probably scams. And people were like, you're a loser, Vitalik. How dare you say that? It was because he even stated, he was like, I think Ether's price is rising a bit too high. He's like, we haven't really done anything. We've been around for about a good year and a half since the coin has been out. And this is even before we got that pump to $1,200 per Ether from $8 per Ether at the beginning of the year. He was like, I think everyone needs to slow down, and that was because there were so many new ICOs being built on top of Ethereum that the price was rising rapidly. You know what that sounds like? All the DeFi coins being built on top of Ethereum, locking up Ether and Ethereum's price rising. Yield farming, providing liquidity to earn interest in the form of tokens, has taken the crypto community by storm and has sparked the DeFi boom. However, but Buterin highlighted the aggressive supply inflation of many governance tokens, saying this puts downward pressure on the prices of coins that are getting printed nonstop to pay the liquidity providers. For those of you who don't really so listen, remember I kept on mentioning before, crazy interest rates cannot last forever. If you have an interest rate, this is why I think the appropriateness of many of these coins, or even things like Cardano, et cetera, having inflation rates of around, not inflation rates, but like staking returns of like 3%, 4.5%. That's totally fine because these numbers will probably also decrease as time goes on and the value of these coins also rise. A lot of the DeFi coins are promising, 12% returns, 15% returns. That involves them creating new coins to give to you. That's where the inflation numbers come from. And a lot of these new coins have like 55% inflation rates, like 100% over the course of the year inflation rates. And that sounds absolutely wonderful to someone who has no idea what inflation is. Can you imagine if the US dollar inflated by 100% at the end of the year? He said, seriously, the sheer volume of coins that needs to be printed nonstop to pay liquidity providers in these 50 to 100% year yield farming regimes makes major national central banks look like they're all run by Ron Paul. Okay. Buterin is not alone in his assessment of these inflationary aspects of the DeFi sector, with Twitter using Larry PC, likening yield farming to a great Ponzi scheme. Vitalik said that, and then Larry said yield farming at this point is just a great Ponzi scheme. Someone forks a well-established project, makes some minimal changes, gives it a funny name. Some insiders farm a large amount of coins, shill it on social media, and dump it on naive investors at massively inflated prices. If you didn't see my video yesterday of me ranting for about a good 25 minutes, I implore you to do so. I know not everyone will listen. I see a lot of hate comments and angry comments in the comment section with people either calling me names or telling me I don't know what's going on or how this is a great opportunity for people to make long-term money. For those of you who do pay attention and are really understanding where all of this is going, these and the saddest part is that these aren't even really in bubble territory yet. These will be in bubble territory by the time Bitcoin is pushing $20,000 and every single coin is pumping really hard. And we get news that Ethereum 2.0 is going. When we get news confirmation that Ethereum 2.0 is going to happen, and that we're going to have eventually in the future 1,000 to 10,000 transactions per second on Ether. Like this sector is booming right now with 15 transactions per second on Ethereum. Imagine when we go from 1,000 or from 15 to 1,000 to 10,000. That's when we will get into crazy bubble territory, and that's when the prices of many of these DeFi coins are just going to completely skyrocket. if you don't think that there are people behind the scenes who are trying to pump these coins to dump them on you, it's time to find a new hobby, because that's exactly what's happening. So, of course, this was very popular news. I'm sure he will be framed as a bad guy or pictured as a devil because he's talking about everyone, hey, calm it down, things are getting too crazy. But I'm telling you, you can find the article from 2017. I remember this happening. He went on Twitter and was like, everyone should really calm down. Like, we don't really, Ethereum's not that strong yet. And this was around the time when people were creating not even ICOs, they were making video games on top of Ether. And Ethereum could not handle it, and the prices of these coins that were associated with these video games were also going completely insane. And he's like, we can't handle all of this. And people were like, you're stupid, Vitalik. So yeah, we all know what happened in 2017. Anyway, but people don't listen. People don't listen at all. That's how we get bull markets. It's because people get really greedy. They assume the market is going to go up forever, that they're going to be able to profit really. I mean, if we do have a massive bull run, because even if you pay attention to 2017, I think at this point, Bitcoin in September 2017 was around $5,000, $6,000. We didn't get that 20,000 run up until after Thanksgiving, when everyone sat down together as a family and was like, hey, I made money, and everyone kind of lost their minds. So if we do have some type of a crazy, massive bull run this year, I expect by February of 2021, we will see 85 to 90% of the cryptocurrency channels who've reappeared will simply disappear again. And we're going to have a lot of cryptocurrency related videos of people sitting in their cars crying that they lost all their money to sushi coin or to banana bread coin or whatever other thing that someone makes up. Anyway, that's all the Ethereum DeFi news that I could fit into this video, because I promise you there was a lot more. And without further ado, let's move on. Also in super popular news as well, leading cryptocurrency derivatives exchange Bitmex has launched a mobile trading app for 140 countries. The exchange told CoinDesk. Announced on Tuesday morning, the product launch comes 2 weeks after Bitmex's first ever ID verification requirement, which was announced in August. I'm pretty sure it's not their fault. The governments are making sure they get their piece of the pie. Built completely in-house, the mobile trading product closely matches the desktop experience and is already up and running. Very popular news. The Bitmex has released a mobile app. I assume this was going to happen eventually. I'm pretty sure Coinbase has one. I think Kraken has one, ? I don't know. And does Binance have one? I'm pretty sure Binance has something mobile-y at this point. So the fact that there's a mobile app that Bitmex, I mean, it was really popular. Like it was kind of all over I don't know how many people even use Bitmex. No, that's a lie. I know they're super popular. I mean, I don't use Bitmex, but if you're using Bitmex and you really were desperate to have the trading app on your phone or your tablet when you're on the bus or on the go, well, gosh darn it, there it is. Let's move on. Also in the news that was very popular, Charlie Lee recently reinvigorated the Litecoin network when he announced it would be integrating Mimblewimble solutions for privacy and scalability, which is the same protocol used by coins Grin and Beam. Litecoin is also working on a debit card that stores funds in Litecoin. The funds are converted to US dollars when the user pays the merchant. Here's the very popular part of it. In the chat, Askern revealed that his dad owns some silver, and he thought about investing in the precious metal during the March sell-off. Ultimately, he decided to buy Bitcoin and Ether instead. Apparently, Charlie Lee predicted that the price of Bitcoin will be $16,241 US dollars at the end of this year. A very accurate number. That is a very precise. I wonder how he got to that number. Charlie Lee says that Bitcoin will be $16,241 by the end of this year, which is another 39% increase, and which could also bode well for Litecoin as well. He also predicted that Litecoin's rise is going to be more conservative, saying it will end the year between $50 and $100. I think it's $44. That's crazy. He expects Bitcoin to go up by another 39% and Litecoin to rise by $6. That is something. So yeah, we've seen price predictions over the last couple of months. They are not going to stop. I think everyone has their own metrics, has their own charts, is trying to figure out exactly where the prices of all of these things are going to go. I believe that Bitcoin will not stop at 16,000 this year. I personally do not believe that. Once again, this is not a prediction. I am not oracling it. I keep seeing people in the comment section talking about that my other predictions have not come true. That's because I'm a human and I can't read tea leaves. I don't read stones on the ground, and I say numbers because they sound correct based off of other information that I've received. That does not mean that it is going to come true. I don't know how many times I have to say that for a lot of people, but yeah, so we'll see. 16,241 is a very exact number for a price rise. I think we're gonna go well beyond that. And I think any point if we pass by 15,000, that's when we kind of get the full launch, especially if we end up if Bitcoin looks like it's aiming for 14,000 and we get news that Ethereum 2.0 is definitely going to launch. I think that's going to be it. That's going to be the craziest moment for all of us. In not so popular news, a cryptocurrency intelligence company has announced the creation of tools that are able to track transactions on the privacy-oriented Monero blockchain. The security of Monero users could soon be at risk after cryptocurrency intelligence firm CipherTrace announced the creation of tools that enable law enforcement to track transactions on the privacy-oriented blockchain. According to a press release from the 31st of August, CipherTrace collaborated with the U.S. Department of Home Security Science and Technology. Oh my gosh. The U.S. Department of Home Security's Science and Technology Directorate to develop Monero tracing technology. What a title. The tools will be put to use in assisting the Department of Home Security's investigations into activities related to the illicit use of Monero. CEO of CipherTrace said, I don't have to even read that part. This is why I said in not so popular news. What do I want to say? What do I want to say here? Maybe nothing. So yeah, this is yet another coin that has private transactions that another company, a blockchain tracing company, has announced that they are able to track the transactions of. We've had it for, I think, just about every privacy coin at this point, methinks. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. It is still widely believed that these coins that have private transactions will remain popular, and I assumeth that behind the scenes, they are probably working on upgrades and or multiple cross-chain solutions because similar to Bitcoin, they are already working on around 6 different proposals to give it private transactions. And yeah, I think that's all I'll say on that. Also, news that was everywhere, but I'm sure it doesn't... it's not going to be the most popular news out there. And to finish things off, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, has targeted London commuters with new ads featuring Bitcoin. According to an August 28th tweet from Binance UK, the crypto exchange has placed new ads at 17 bus stops in London. The image shows 2 older generations of coins, as well as the current £2 coin, followed by the largest coin, Bitcoin. It says, money is evolving. It's time to adapt. And there's the photo of it right there. 17 bus stops. I wonder, couple of questions. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. I was going to say, I wonder how much it costs to like have an ad at one of these stations. 17, I feel like if they had done like 60, it would have had like a further reach. It says Waterloo, which I assume this is in central London, if not zone 1. I feel like ads like this would have more of an impact on other parts of the city. But, sure. Binance announced its expansion into the UK markets in June with regulated exchanges scheduled to launch this autumn. Wonderful. Cool. That was also kind of popular news that they have ads around London right now. I mean, go for it. For some reason, this is like ad season. I'm not really sure why it's happening right now. Like it was Grayscale, and then was it Bitmex? And then it was some other company, and now I guess it's Binance. I don't know why they didn't have ads before. Why it took Grayscale investing, $100 million to have ads on like 5 different networks to kind of get things moving. But I feel like if imagine every other ad you walked by was like a Bitcoin ad or a cryptocurrency ad, I think a lot of people in cities would be far more inclined to get into the cryptocurrency space, especially if you must have at this point. A lot of these things are now digital. In many different places around the world, I assume they are the same in your country as well, where the ads are actual, digital. Imagine having an ad that you could kind of just update and upload and stuff all the time that pretty much was like, that showed like the lowering of the GDP for your country in relation to the price increase for Bitcoin that year. Especially this year, how insane that would have been for people to be like, oh, my country lost 41% of its GDP in 6 months and Bitcoin rose by $8,000. I think that would have a bit more of an effect, but maybe I'm just thinking too outside of the box, or maybe digital ads don't work that way, but I feel like it should because we're also in the future. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: Professor Wally from Gunbite University, Snacky Chan, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Decentralized, Peter, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Oscar Maldonado, Utopia 569, Moonman High XRP, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Storio, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moher Moroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Knight Owl, 242 to the World, Crypto Joe, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Damien Set, Suna, Nick Kanaya, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Man, Jalavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day, Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Arfmedic17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. And thank you to everyone who is a supporter of the channel in their own way. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently at $11,914. It is currently up by 2.71%. It looks like it is trying to pass by 12,000 US dollars today. It should logically happen. We've passed by 5 times before, so any news that we get probably tomorrow about a rejection at 12,000 is hogwash. Ethereum is currently at almost at 460,000. Jeez Louise. Is at $460. Currently up roughly around 10%. XRP is up by 4%. There was a little dip for XRP. I think Bitcoin tried, whatever, anyway. Polkadot is up by almost 15%. Why not? Cardano's up by 7% as well. I think I saw news that it's probably aiming for 15 cents or something like that. I don't see any reason why not at this point, especially with staking active. Tron is up by 13%. I assume that has to do with the news about that there's going to be news. UMA is up by 30% because we all love UMA coin. Yearn is still at $34,000 because why the heck not at this point? Synthetics is up by 8%, Maker is up by 10%, Compound is up by roughly around 21%, Ampleforth is up by roughly around 34%. Oh, so much logic on this chart. FTX token is up by 6%, Bitcoin's up by 2%, FTX is up by 6%, Kusama is up by 28% because that makes a whole lot of sense. Kyber Network is up by 8%, and yeah. I think that's going to do it for this video. I am interested to see how this year is going to end on many different fronts, especially on the financial front, because I think it is going to be a doozy. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See